Very good afternoon to all of you. And this is the second day, and we are privileged enough to have at present about 72 attendees, and most and others will be joining soon. And we have to wind up by before 5 o'clock. So I'm just starting this workshop as such now. So yesterday we studied about the research design, what actually research is, why we do PhD, and to what extent this research should be helpful for the society, for the public, and of course for getting the degree of PhD also it is equally important. So besides all these things, the most important thing which we have discussed yesterday was the research design. What should be the research design, and how research design helps us in proceeding further? And is research design always rigid? Should we start making some changes in the research design if it is desired by the need of the time? So these all things were there, which were addressed by our respected Professor T.K. Jain Sahab, who is himself a renowned scholar and author, and also a very good researcher. And he also guides PhDs over here in Manipal University, Jaipur. And I'm fortunate that I'm his colleague over here in Manipal. And as he is elder to me also, so I keep on learning a lot from him too. So thank you, sir. Thank you for giving such a good insights about yesterday's sessions to all the participants and to us also. So whenever we interact, whenever we just discuss certain things, means we all discuss certain things amongst ourselves, amongst our peers, colleagues, then you will find that there is something new will emerge. And when this something new will emerge, definitely there will be innovation, a revolution, which is likely to happen if you continue. And these all things emerge. These all things gives us data, okay, and data is to be analyzed. And so, as is the session of today, that SPSS is one of the a package which actually enhances the data, which actually enhances the analysis, or which actually gives us a chance to interpret and analyze the things in a better way. So today we will be going with that. So let me just start my presentation for the day. So meanwhile, any question for yesterday, or we can, what we can do is we can discuss the things what was asked to you in the quiz, and how was your responses regarding that. So if you want to see, I have received 58 responses till now. So let me just share this with you.
Sir, I have not received quiz, sir. I am Dr. Padma.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, please.
I have not received, sir, quiz.
Okay, you have not received the quiz.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't worry. We'll send it to you, or you can just give a SMS to, or you can just give SMS to Professor T.K. Jain. He will add you in the group, and you can just have the link, or anyone can pass on the link to you. Even somebody can pass on the link on over here in the chat box, or if you want, I can also do that, I suppose. Just wait for a moment, ma'am. I will give that to you. Okay, let it happen. Okay, what we will do is we will discuss these responses in the I suppose no. Yeah, so what I will do is I will just give you the link of the responses over here now in the chat box, so that you can click it over here in the chat box and start giving the responses. So what we will do is we will just discuss these responses at the end.
Yeah, what I supposed to give you, sir? What I supposed to give you? Shall I give my mobile number?
No. You need not to. Just what you are supposed to just see the chat box over here. Can you see it? See the chat box?
No, sir.
Yeah, there is a chat box where I have just now given this link. I hope everyone is able to see that. Or if not, then I will just share my screen with all of you. You will be able to understand it. So this is
majority of us, the chat box hasn't been activated.
Yeah.
Can you better if you can share it?
Yeah, can you see
Yes.
my screen?
Just a minute.
I have just shared my screen
Yes,
with
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Now
Not
Yes,
visi
sir.
yes, visible.
Yes, sir.
now
It is
here,
visible.
see here there is a chat box,
Yes.
and this at over here. This is a link.
Yes.
There is a link
Yes.
over here. You can just copy this link, or you can even click this link in order to attend the quiz. But clicking it over here, it will disturb you because you will not be able to. Better you copy it and send it on WhatsApp to someone, or
Yes.
maybe you can just use this link in order to proceed further. One more thing
Doctor.
I would like to just mention over here is, because while class will be going on, it's a request to all of you. If you have any question, then there is an option of virtually raising hand. Please do that instead of just I will be explaining something, and if somebody will speak in between, the others, those who are attending it, those who are listening it, will not be able to appreciate it, and they will not be able to uh, um, interpret it properly what I have said. And I request Professor Jain and Dr. Saurabh Sharma, who are the co-conveners of this FDP, to just monitor if there is any mic on, then please switch it off. And if it is if you have to ask something, just raise hand virtually. See, this is something which is how you can virtually raise hand. If you see, I have just now raised my hand, so it is coming as a just side my box where the communication box, it is coming up. Okay, so likewise. Okay, so that is what we can do. So now I'm stop sharing my screen, and then I will start my presentation. Yes, hope it is visible to everyone. Yeah, so today is the second day of hands-on FDP on research methodology and data analysis using SPSS. Now, let me tell you one thing. It will be good if you have two screens. Yesterday I told that it is better to have to see certain things on the one screen and to do hands-on SPSS on the SPSS installed machine with you guys. Some people have in the Manipal University Jaipur have reached the computer lab in order to learn SPSS, because my video is being projected over there on the big screen, and from there they can learn, right? So that is one which is happening over here in Manipal. So those who are having option to have two screens, they can do it at their homes also, right? So let us start the workshop now. So this is the data analysis using SPSS thing which we are going to do. This is my mobile number and email ID. You already have it. Okay, and so let us just what actually is SPSS? Anyone of you? What is SPSS? What is its full form?
Statistical package for social sciences, sir.
Yeah, excellent. What's the good name, sir?
Prudvi Raju.
Okay. Yeah, very good. So someone else, anyone else, if you want to throw some light on it, anyone else? Anyone else?
Excuse me.
What
Hello.
SPSS is?
Hello.
It is a
Yeah.
program through which we can
Sir, it is a
do our
statistical
data
tool
analysis.
through which data will be analyzed.
Okay, fine. Who is this?
Dr. Sharda, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Sharda. Thank you, Dr. Sharda. Anyone else? Somebody else was also there?
Yes, sir. Mohendra Jana.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Data analysis of
Sorry, be louder.
data analysis of our research.
Okay, it is a software for doing data analysis. Very good. So let us just proceed further. As just now it was mentioned that it is statistical package for social science. The full form has now changed as it has been taken over by IBM in the recent years. Now it is statistical product and service software. Okay, so this is a new, you can say, full form which everyone should know. And this happens actually when we interact with each other, and when even I got to know in one of my FDPs, and that FDP I was delivering in this College of Military Engineering, Pune, and the participants were all the officers of Indian Army, and all were at the rank of colonel. And one person actually interacted and said, "Sir, is it a statistical package for social science or statistical product and service software?" Then I told, "Yeah, yeah, it is a it is, of course, it is a product and service software, but I think the full form is this only." Then he told, "Sir, that the time it has been taken over by IBM. Meanwhile, in last couple of years only it has changed." So this is how we learn from each other, and that's why this platform is to for the mutual learning. And when we interact, we learn. That's what I was discussing just before. And yesterday also we interacted, we learned, and you were able to do the quizzes which you are which you have done. And secondly, this particular software, this particular thing which was previously known as statistical package for social science has recently been changed to statistical product and service software, because the scope of SPSS is now not limited only to social sciences, because the name itself says statistical package for social sciences. It means that beyond social sciences can't it be used, but it was used beyond social sciences from the day one itself. That's why IBM thought, in order to increase, and even this is one of the, you can say, strategic step in management. We learn strategy, and in strategy we sometimes change our brand, we change our logos. Manipal has also changed its logo in last 2 years, and this is the beautiful logo which is in front of you on my slide itself, is one of the revolution which has come out of the leadership thought which Manipal is having. So that is the way the things moves on. And over here also, the name of this particular software SPSS remained the same, but the things behind it were strategically changed in order to widen its scope, so that it can reach the entire world. And what will happen by this? Those people those were thinking only, oh, this is only a package for social science research, now they have started thinking from the other way, because SPSS actually has changed its way of doing the things. Now, even with SPSS, the big data analysis analytics are also being, there are add-ons for R. Python has been inculcated in SPSS itself. So developments are going on. So we in our Manipal University Jaipur, we have SPSS 26 installed on our 30 computers, for which our university is giving a huge amount, and this is being used by our scholars and by professors over here in order to enhance, in order to do their researches. Okay, so the full form has now changed. Okay, so therefore, sure, there will be one, you can say, question on this full form also today evening, when you will be getting this particular quiz. So I'm leaking the paper over here. So let us see how many of you do right even after that. Anyways, so this is a powerful tool and is capable of conducting just any type of analysis. Okay, in the social sciences, in the natural sciences, in the business world, in the scientific world, in engineering, in medical sciences, it is doing marvelously good. So these days also, maximum many COVID related, you can say, the researches are being analyzed using this software itself, and this is an amazing software. And when you will be using it, then you will get to know it is something which is totally different from the Excel. Though you will see the interface is almost just like the Excel itself, but it is totally different from MS Excel. Okay, so while mathematics is generally said to be the language of the science, and the data analysis is the language of the result, just in order to make it a little less toxic, or you can say it is more comprehensible. It is more full of fun. It is not always just boring. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. It is not like that in research, because when we collaborate, when we join hands together, when we go for some interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary research, you will see the miracles happening in the era of research as such. So this is what it is, and this is how the research moves on, and this is actually the outcome, or you can say the crux or the atma of research, like. Okay, so the objectives of this workshop is to be aware of the normal statistical procedure. Just this is not only a workshop which will just only tell you to feed you that how the SPSS works. It also will tell you that how the analysis using SPSS can be done, and how you can come with a certain decision
Sir, the audio got
Sir,
disconnected.
audio is not audible. Sir, your voice is not audible.
So not audible.
और साहब आप म्यूट हो गए हैं शायद।
Sir, nothing is audible, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Loudly.
Yes,
Clearly,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So how much you missed? I think right from the beginning, should I start?
Yes, sir.
Have we done with this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
We
no,
have
no,
done only the first 2
means
points.
with my
You
voice.
you can start from objectives.
Okay, fine. Yes. So from objectives and onwards, yeah. So I was just talking about that what are the objectives of this particular workshop is to make the participants aware about the normal statistical process along with feeding the entry in the in SPSS. See, SPSS is just an engine. If you will put garbage, it will give you garbage. Okay, if you will put something, then something fruitful will come. So the purpose of this particular workshop is not only to feed the knowledge or the skill of SPSS, but besides this, we will be learning the normal statistical procedure. We will touch upon certain statistical processes and how it is used in SPSS, or how SPSS will be able to interpret those things which we have asked the SPSS to calculate for us statistically. Then further is to, of course, data entry and then analyzing the SPSS, and further when you will be able to interpret it in a way, you will be able to at least be in a position to take some decision out of it. Further is to strengthen the research base by learning the computer based skill, that is SPSS. Of course it is a skill, and Skill India is one of the dream of our honorable Prime Minister also. So this is one of the skill which will enhance, which will enable every one of us in order to use this tool, and which will make our work easier. It means that it will make our work means the lengthy work of 7 days or 8 days, maybe in couple of hours, if we are able to do it in a better way. Next is the agenda. So agenda is it is regarding the starting of the SPSS, basics, creating a data file. So when we will be creating a data file, soon you will be receiving one email from our side. It will comprise of one sheet. So my request to all of you is, please take a printout of that sheet in your hand when you will be entering the data, because just on the back side of that, I will be giving you some more entries to just perform. Or you can write it on the back side, or better you can write it on some other paper, and the way how you have to enter the data in SPSS. Next is managing and manipulating data. And once you have entered all these things in SPSS, on the data which you have entered, we will be doing some hands-on exercise for managing and manipulating data. Manipulation, please do not take it negatively. Manipulation is something, cleaning of the data, adjusting the data in order to fit for our analysis. Okay, then further we will be going the use of frequencies, where we will be learning how to prepare charts and graphs using SPSS. And then we will use the descriptive statistics, and we will learn how to use descriptive statistics, how this descriptive statistics is reported in the research papers and the theses, so that we can actually gain some insight about the data. So this descriptives will actually describe the data, and then further the analysis will come, which will comprise of your cross tabulation, and the types of analysis which will be covered over here will be limited to bivariate. If you have seen the brochure of this workshop is limited to bivariate analysis, and beyond bivariate analysis we will definitely. So another workshop will be announced for using the multivariate analysis. So soon you will get information about that also. So that is about all what. So now I would like to hear from you, from a couple of you, what is your expectation out of this workshop, seeing to the agenda which I have just now floated to you. Please, couple of you. Yeah.
We want to learn,
To
sir.
the
Learn
wait,
SPSS.
those who have raised
Huge
hands,
of
get
learn.
hands. Those who have, please raise your hands. Don't just start speaking. Yeah, Purudhivi Raju. Yes, sir. Yeah, Rajuji, please unmute yourself, sir. Yeah, Sharda, Dr. Sharda, please tell me, sir. Tell me, ma'am.
सर बहुत सारी एक्सपेक्टेशन है, कम से कम हम लोगों को जो बेसिक
A person who has to
क्या
speak
जो
has to show his
स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल की
video.
आवश्यकता है, कम से कम वो सीख ले हम, जैसे कोरिलेशनल एनालिसिस।
वीडियो ऑन करना है जब आपने कुछ बोलना है तो. This is a rule we have decided yesterday. हाँ जी, डॉक्टर शारदा वीडियो देखिए, वीडियो उन्होंने, हाँ
सर बहुत सारे एक्सपेक्टेशन है कि कम से कम जो बेसिक जो स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल्स है ना, कोरिलेशनल एनालिसिस और रिग्रेशन, अनोवा, वो सारी चीजें हम इजीली एनालाइज कर ले इस कोर्स के थ्रू, और किस तरीके से रिसर्च डिजाइन फॉर्मुलेट करते हैं, उन सब के बारे में हमारे पास इंफॉर्मेशन है।
देखिए, अनोवा आपने बताया मल्टीवेरिएट में आ जाएगा, कोरिलेशन तक मैं कवर कर पाऊंगा, और टी टेस्ट वगैरह मैं बता दूंगा आपको, विच विल मेक द बेस ऑफ डूइंग अनोवा एंड रिग्रेशन, दैट इज फॉर श्योर. ओके, मैंने इसलिए पूछा, मैंने कहा कि जो अब अगली वर्कशॉप होगी उसमें आप एनोवा भी सीखिएगा, उसमें आप रिग्रेशन भी सीखिएगा, मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन भी सीखिएगा, कॉन्जॉइंट एनालिसिस सीखिएगा. ओके, क्लस्टर एनालिसिस बताएंगे उसमें. बट अभी वाली जो वर्कशॉप है उसमें मेन पर्पस है फंडामेंटल्स की क्लैरिटी, and then we will proceed further with the basic analysis. Most important is how to feed data and how to do basic analysis, just in order to make you comfortable that how SPSS works. Would that be okay, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Live CID 59F. You have not renamed yourself. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
बताइए.
एटलीस्ट सर रिसर्च करते समय हम लोगों को जो दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंड करना होता है वो एटलीस्ट हम लोग कर पाएंगे एसपीएसएस के थ्रू. हम लोग डाटा एनालिसिस जो है, मान लीजिए कि कोई इकोनॉमिक्स वाले स्टूडेंट्स है जो स्टैटिस्टिक्स जानते हैं, उनको हम लोग अपना डाटा दे देते हैं ताकि वो करके हम लोगों को दे दे.
तो आप डिपेंडेंट होना चाहते हैं, इंडिपेंडेंट होना चाहते हैं?
जी सर, इंडिपेंडेंट होना चाहता हूँ.
आपने कहा ना डिपेंडेंट, मैंने कहा कि मैंने पूछो मैंने डिपेंडेंट कैसे होंगे. चलिए ठीक है. और कुछ और कोई और, वो आपका हो जाएगा सर. दैट यू विल बी एबल टू डू, दैट इज माय प्रॉमिस टू यू. आपके पास में यू आर वर्किंग ऑन 2 स्क्रीन्स ना सर?
यस सर.
मतलब ऑन वन स्क्रीन यू शुड लर्न एंड अदर स्क्रीन यू शुड सी.
यस सर.
Hello.
या डॉक्टर मंडल.
Yes.
Sir, on your video, sir.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste. It is my expectation that I will learn something. I have done your class previously, and you have given me a gateway to SPSS.
Thank you, sir.
I request you earlier that you should write a book for us who are interested to be independent in the field of research, in case of using SPSS, because
sir,
your lecture, when we go through your lecture, it looks very simple, but after that when we go into the practical field, some problem arises.
Okay.
To solve those problems, I require a book from you in your simple mode.
Sure. Definitely. Yeah, who else?
I am from West Bengal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We'll definitely take care.
Sure.
Disha, you want to say something?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Disha ji, बताइए.
So my expectation is कि next time when I start with a research, I can analyze कि SPSS को मैं बेस्ट तरीके से कैसे यूज कर सकती हूँ अपने रिसर्च में, and that is why I am here.
Okay, and Disha, welcome. You have joined at the last moment, but still.
नहीं sir, I was there. I was there around from the start.
पर दुरुस्त आ गए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
जी sir, starting से आ गई थी मैं.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome. चलिए, so let us just proceed further with this. So hope all of you have installed SPSS. So this is how SPSS is opened, because this is I have prepared this. This is an entire PowerPoint presentation. So here, even without opening SPSS, I'm just presenting you how to just be an expert in SPSS. I will not open SPSS at all. and with all these PPTs, you will be able to understand how to do the SPSS work, right? So this PPT I have prepared on Windows XP. Otherwise, you can do one thing. You can just double click the icon wherever it is appearing, and you will be able to see this window. And the first most thing which appears on SPSS is like this. So please keep on endorsing, because now I'm not able to see you, but please keep on endorsing that whatever is whatever you are doing now. You can just put it on chat box, or you can even say yes sir, we are proceeding further. So are you getting this screen, everyone? Everyone will be when we will be opening SPSS, you will get this screen. And if you see this particular box over here, this box seems to be empty because you do not have any files, and if any files are there, that will appear over here. Okay, so this is empty because you might not be having files. I have files, that's why it is being shown over here, right? So so if any user needs to open any file from this, he can just double click this file, and the file will be open in SPSS software itself, right? Now this is no existing files, that's why we have to create a new one. Definitely this will be exercise to create a new one. So there are certain things which we have to consider before starting or creating of the files in SPSS. Okay, so what we will do is we will just close this, we will cancel this window. Okay, and your SPSS screen will be looking like this. Is it okay? Dr. Sharda, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can we make it full screen? Like.
Yeah, so yeah, you can. My screen is full screen, so you are having option of doing it full screen over there in your tray itself. It is there. The option is there. 3 dots are there.
Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you.
There you can just you can get the full screen. Right, from my side, it's already full. Okay, so this is the initial screen which you will be getting when you will be opening SPSS. Yes, anyone else? Anything else? Something you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, a bit louder, please.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? I have a question, sir.
Yeah. Please tell me.
Sir, the thing is, I cannot open this thing right now in my system. So will there be a recording available later on so that I can practice?
For sure, there will be a recording. For sure, there will be a recording. Don't worry about it.
But, okay, sir. You'll
the thing is,
sharing the link on the group, sir.
Yeah, it's okay, because from tomorrow, what you can do is you can connect your mobile to your smart TV. You can have a big display over there, and wherever you are having this SPSS installed, you can do with your hands whatever is being displayed over here. Then you will be able to learn each and everything step by step in coming 6-7 days, right? So I request you to just have that. Okay, so it is a request to everyone over here. If you can have 2 screens, I mean to say 2 devices. On one you can see me and my presentation, and on the second device you can do the hands-on, because this workshop is 7 days hands-on online workshop on or FDP on this this research methodology also, and this data analysis using SPSS, right? So that is my request to all of you. So this is the anything else? Should I proceed further? So this is the initial screen which you are getting in SPSS as such. So this is an initial data screen. Okay, now there are some menu commands given over here. As we see in Excel, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, the menu commands are there. And there are some toolbar icons also. And these toolbar icons also are visible when we are doing our Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, or any of the Office. So any Windows-based app, you will be finding these 2 things, right? So let me just explain each and everything. And if you see, there is this interface is almost similar to what we see in Excel, MS Excel. So if you see, there is one difference. VAR is written over here horizontally. In MS Excel, you will find A, B, C, D, right? So these are the columns, or you can say rows are there. So the columns are named as A, B, C, D. Here, every column is named as var, because these are the variables which we are going to on which we are going to do analysis using SPSS. And if you see this vertically, this is columns are given. Okay, rows are given. So first row, second row, third row, these all are the cases or the subjects for which variables are to be collected. So the interface is like that. So we have to define each and every variable which will be defined over here, and these all are the respondents from where we will be taking data, or these are the number of experiments which we will be conducting in order to collect the data, or these are the subject number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the subject number on which we will be collecting data on various variables, right? So these are the subject or the case numbers. Now these are the empty cells. You can see the cells are empty because there is no data in it at present. So this is the initial screen. That's why the cells are empty. Otherwise, whatever data you will feed, it will be in these empty cells, and the things will be done. So now one more difference in SPSS and Excel is that it comprises of data view and variable view. Only two screens are there. Okay, data view and variable view. So two screens called data view and variable view are there in case of SPSS, whereas in case of Excel you can open n number of sheets, and these n number of sheets are interactive amongst each other. Okay, so they interact amongst each other. You can connect these sheets using various type of functions, using various type of algorithms which we use in Excel also. MS Excel also is full of all these things. Okay, so these are connected. So two things are there: data view and variable view. So these two sheets, which are data view sheet and variable view sheet, will be there in order to do the analysis. So whatever we have to present in data view, first variable view will be, we have to define all these things. All the variable structure is to be prepared in the variable view in order to prepare the data view to accept the data. So so these are you can say the toolbar icons. These two things, rather these three things you will find in Word, Excel, PowerPoint also. This is used to open the file, to save the file, and to print a file. So these three things are always there. Further, this is to recall the recently used commands. These two are redo and undo buttons. And then further, this is to go to a particular case, means if you want to, but there are shortcuts also, may be useful, may not be useful. Okay, so this is to go to a particular variable. This is to get information about any of the variables. This is to run a descriptive statistics, to search data, to insert new cases, to insert new variables, to split the files in subgroups, to weight the cases. Now weighing the cases is something which is very, very important. For example, I want to know the strength of a building. So there will be various factors of a strength of a building. Suppose I want to understand and know the viscosity or you can say the inflammability of any oil or any gas. So what I will do, there are various factors or various variables which are important, and sometimes all the variables are not equally important. So this particular function will help us in actually weighing the cases. Proper weights are given to the different cases, and accordingly we can proceed further in order to get the final outcome, that what is the magnitude which we will be getting out of these. So this particular thing is used for weighing the cases. This is to select the case. This is for value labels, very important button. We will go closer to it when we'll be feeding the data. This is for a user defined variable set. It is to show all the variables. Sometimes you need all the variables to be shown at a one time. And this is finally a spell checking, which is used. So even you can take a screenshot of this, or you can take a photograph of this particular thing, which I have just now shown you, because these are the things which are important. You may understand that what is used for what purpose. Yeah, hope you have done it. Next is your menu bar function. So menu bar, file, edit, these two things are there in Excel, PowerPoint, or you can say in Word also. So this file deals with different functions of files, including opening file, reading, saving, and all other things are there. Editing actually comprises of copying, pasting, finding, replacing, these type of things. Okay, further is the view. So this comprises of this value labels which we have just now seen, which is over here. If you see this value label buttons, you will find in this view command also. So if you are on with your SPSS, you can just go and click this view. You will find value labels over there. Please do it now, because we are doing the hands-on. Hope this SPSS is open by the time on the systems of everyone. So you can go and click on this view. So what you will find is you will see that there is a drop down box coming up which comprises of one of the function of one of the important function which is frequently used out of this view is value labels. So value labels you will find over there. Okay, and then afterwards you can see there is a the data function. So there are some functions of this data also as such, and data is used for operation related to defining, configuring, and entering the data. So it deals with sorting data, merging data. Okay, so there are various things even for weighing data and selecting data also this is used. So let us see to what extent we will be able to use this. So not a part of not that much important, but is not that much livable also. But we will try to do it to some extent, right? Next is a transform function. So if I talked about the manipulating the data, computing data. It can you can reorder it, okay, recoding it. So these all are the things which I was referring to manipulating, right? So these things are done in order to generate the data from the data itself which you have fed. So that is a transformation of data when we are generating and doing the data with the existing data we have. So we are generating more data out of it. So data gives more data. So when data is generating data, then it is called transformation. So this transform function will be used for that purpose. Next is analyze. This is analyze is the most important and most frequently used function in analyze. So go on and because maximum time all our things, madam was talking about this ANOVA, MANOVA, MANCOVA, these all type of things you will see over here. All regressions, even logistic regressions you will find over here. You will find your multiple regression you can do. Your this bivariate regression you will find correlation. Just click this, you will find a long menu. There will be a long menu you will find, and that comprise of various you can say the test which we can apply. So this is the most important thing. Next is the direct marketing. This uses the direct marketing tools, and which for sure is not a part of this workshop. And the graphs are there. You can create beautiful graphs out of this. Okay, using this function utilities. It comprise of sophisticated ways of making the complex data easier. So there are certain utilities, some shortcuts are given over here in this. Add-ons. So add-ons actually SPSS provides a lot of add-ons for the advanced statistical procedures. So one of the add-on of SPSS is AMOS. AMOS is used for structural equation modeling. So that is one of the very good add-on which can be used. There are other add-ons also which can be used over here like neural network, like you can say this what you call is your for a solver sorry, this is regarding your what you call is LPP. So linear programming also there is one add-on which is available particularly in SPSS. Window further is there, and it can be shift. You can just shift window from one place to this is just for cosmetic reasons. And finally help. So help is very helpful, and it is actually comprised of certain tutorials, or it is a statistical coach also. You can even ask SPSS that how to do certain things in SPSS. So this help will help you out in all the ways. So this is all about your functions. Even if you want, you can take a screenshot for this particular screen also. Meanwhile, I will be having a sip of water. Fine. So let us now understand how to create a data file in SPSS, which is one of the agenda today. But before starting this, I would like you to answer one thing. What is the difference between these two slides, which I'm going to show you now? Okay, most of you, because most of you are attending this workshop for a second time, most of you will be knowing this. Those who have not attended, give them a chance to speak now. So these are the two sheets which are over here, and you have to tell me the difference, that what are the difference between these two. Yes, who will speak? Come on. Yes, madam. Yeah.
The latter one is
sorry.
X
You're not audible properly. Sorry. Yes. What were the differences? Yes. Who is this DM? Yeah, Nishu. Dr. Nishu, please tell.
So the first sheet is of data view, and
Dr.
the second
Nishu will
slide.
tell.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Dr. Nishu. On your video, ma'am.
Sir, actually,
we have a
I
rule.
don't know from where the camera comes. Actually, I don't know. So is it?
No, it's not visible now. I think you are from Manipal only.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm from Delhi.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. So your camera is not working.
I don't know, sir. Camera option is not coming.
Anyways, no problem. You carry on, ma'am, please.
I will try it after the class, sir, when you finish. So the first PPT that you're showing is of data view. The other one is of the variable view.
Excellent.
You're telling menu bar of data view, and the second one menu bar is of variable view.
Okay, good. That's very good. So variable view and variable view and data view, these are the two windows which I have just now shown you. You are very correct, ma'am. So because we have just now discussed about these two windows. If you see over here, this data view and this is variable view. So you have to see minutely. And secondly, what is happening is instead of var, what you are getting name, type, width. Okay. So this is how the variable view looks like. Okay. So there are two major screens in SPSS. One is called data view and other is called variable view. So let us know more about this screen. This is called data view screen, right? So in data view screen is actually used to enter the data. So at present it is empty because we have not even var is looking as var because we have not labeled it. So before entering data in this data table, the variable must be set up so they are ready to receive the data. So SPSS needs to know the name of each variable which you have, and all these things you have to define. Okay. So in addition, it is required to give SPSS an important information about each variable. So what the variable view will do is like this is a variable view. So just if you will toggle between these two sheets over here, you can just press this data view and you can go on the variable view. If you press this variable view, you will get this this particular type of layout in your on your system, which comprise of name, type, width, decimal, and this is called variable view, right? So data view and variable view. So now what variable view does? So if variable view tab is clicked, it can be noticed that the columns are headed as name, type, width, decimal, etc. You can see it over here. This is being shown like this, right? So in variable view, if the data table in the variable view of the data table, variables are arranged downside of the table, and each column gives the information about the variable. Now here what happens? So if you go on the data view, all these are the cases. So now in variable view, these all are the name of the variables. For example, the name of variable over here is even the names. What is variable? Anyone? Quick, anyone? What is variable? It's a very simple question. Come on.
Variable is one which keeps on changing, sir.
Which frequently changes.
Excellent. So variable is one thing which keeps on changing. Just like, for example, the names of all the people sitting in this particular workshop are different. So if I consider each and every person as a respondent or a case, the first most thing which we ask to a respondent is what is your name. Whenever we meet someone, we ask what is your name. Okay, we do not ask where is your nose. We do not ask where are your ears. Why? Because these are same. We already know where are the nose and the ears. Where is the forehead? We don't ask, but to the small kid we ask that where is forehead because he or she doesn't knows about it. What we are asking is something which varies. Okay, which is having a that's why this the thing which varies from one person to another is called variable. So first most variable is the name of the first most name of the variable is itself the name, because if we all are the respondents, name is something which will be different from a person to person, and which will be different from the case to case or subject to subject. Okay, So that is what is variable. Okay. So here itself, the first thing which we will be writing is the name of the variable as such, right? So what we have understood there are two types of sheets. One is a data view, another is a variable view. And what is done in order to feed the data in the data view, first we have to define the variables in the variable view. So before that, before we start directly jump on the SPSS, in order to just, I know everyone is eager to just, just want to just feed the data on SPSS and let the SPSS do it. We just want SPSS to do our work, but we have to actually tell SPSS what it has to do. Okay, so so now we will learn how to set up variables in SPSS. So what we have to do, first of all, as I've already told you, first we have to create the variable set, and then on the basis of variable set only we will be able to input the data in the data view. So setting up of variables means defining each variables to SPSS about its attributes. So each and every variable is having a different attribute. So all the variables whatever are to be set over here are having the attributes. And what are the attributes? Attributes are already given. The type is one of the attribute, value label is one of the attribute, how many decimal places is, so these all are the attributes. Even the name itself is one of the attribute of the variable itself, right? So it's like that. So attribute associated with the variables which we will be learning. So the first most attribute of the of the variables or you can say any variable is its own name variable. So first thing which is required to be done is to give the variable a meaningful name. So a variable name that makes sense and which is not likely to forget and to be chosen. The variable name can be of any length, but it is suggested to keep it fairly short so it is easy to read. Okay, so for example, if we are going with the name of the variable itself, it will be name of the variable, and name is itself the variable. So suppose we want to write the name. So what we will write? Name of respondent. So it will be too long. What we will be writing? Just name itself. So name itself is a variable because it will be varying. Now there will be attributes related to this name. The first most attribute is what is the type. So next is there are, okay, before we proceed further, we have to know that how we have to tell SPSS. So rules regarding variables are there. So whenever we are putting the rule, whenever we are writing something in the name column, we must understand that it should not comprise of any of the special characters. It can comprise of the underscore. Okay, so for example, now it's my limitation that I have to write name of respondent. So what I will do, name underscore of underscore respondent. This can be done. Otherwise, name itself is sufficient. Okay, so suppose for example, I have to tell that length and breadth I have to just define. Okay, so length of one pole and length of another pole also. So how will I be able to distinguish between these two? So I may have to sometimes put the underscore or it's my willingness to give sometimes the space in between. So that space should not be there. If you try putting space over there, it will show as if it is a illegal character, right? So it's like that. Let's go with the next is the variable type. So first thing which we have known about is the name. Next is the type. If you see your sheet, which just now you have opened, I hope you are on your variable view or in your SPSS. So next is the variable type. So second is the variable type, which is you have to define what are there are various types. If you will click over there, just write something in the name and just press this type. You will find one box coming up. Okay, just like this. You can let me show you this. So if you will press over here and type, this box will come. So what can be the types of the variables which SPSS takes? Numeric, comma, dot. Okay. So date, dollar maybe for the currency, or if there is any custom currency, you can put it over a string. So name itself is a string variable, right? So name is a variable name and string is a type of the variable, whose name is name. So name is the name of the respondent which we are going to have over here, and name is the name of the variable which is varying amongst all of us. Okay, and the type of this variable name is string. because nobody will call you, hey, number one, come over here. It will not look good also. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot be something which can be the name. Yeah. Pratham can be one of the name. I have heard this name that somebody is Pratham, but nobody will like to keep the name Dvitiya. Okay. Tritiya. So these names are not there. So number who is one, it is used. So it is not the number, but the quality of that particular name which we are talking. So anyhow, it hardly matters, but the names cannot be in quantitatives. So it has to be string. That's why the name is a string variable. So whenever we are writing name over here, we have to write it as a string. Okay. So further, it is strongly recommended to use only the numerical variables. It is very easy to use numbers to represent the categories, and this will save our trouble later. Why? Because we have to use this number 1 for male, 2 for female. We'll be doing it. So SPSS actually considers this. Okay, it doesn't understands MALE male, FEMALE female, or you can say anything else. It doesn't understand that. So we have to put everything in number. Okay, but here for this particular, if the name of the variable name is there, then you have to put it as a string. You have to tell SPSS, please do not consider this as a number. This will be a string only. Next is your variable width and decimal places. If you will see over here in this particular slide itself, width and decimal places are shown over here also. And this is the same width and decimal places which you will be feeding over here. So there is an option if you want to feed it over there, you can feed it over there also. Otherwise, there is a separate thing. So decimal places is something to what decimal place we want the SPSS to give the output in. Okay, so it will be shown up to that particular decimal place only. But whatever, suppose for example, there is you have put decimal, by default it is giving 2. By default it is 2. And if you put anything, suppose you write 100. If you write 100, it because you have put 2 decimal places as a default, it will show 100.00. So it will show whatever it is there. Okay, but the actual calculation, whatever happens, is happening on the actual value which you have put. This is one thing. So if the user attempts to input a data value that does not fits into the width, then the SPSS will round it off in order to display the value. However, the value entered is stored by SPSS and used for all the calculations. So means the original value which you have put will be used by the SPSS for all the calculation, but cosmetically it will just show only the rounding off of everything, and that actually gives a proper correct view also. So one effect of is that unless the decimal place is set to 0, all values, even integers, the whole numbers without any decimal place, will be displayed with 2 decimal places. Just now I've given you example. If you will put 2, it will give you 2.00 if the decimal places are kept at 2. So this might look sometimes untidy and not worthy, because for example, if we will put 1 is equal to male, 2 is equal to female, it will show 1.00. What does it mean? It means there may be 1.1 or maybe 1.5 male female in between. So no, nothing like that. So it will be totally untidy and totally irrelevant. So we have to be very, very careful while we are choosing that where we are putting decimals. So decimals should not be put. So the rule of thumb over here is that decimals can be put only in case of continuous or interval type of data. And in categorical data, whenever we are doing, it should not be a categorical. It should not be, you can say, the decimals places is meaningless over there when you are going with the categorical data as such. Next is label. Okay, so the 5th column is the label column, and label actually is important. Why? Whenever we are, it is, you can say, label column in nutshell, I will say it is a replica of variable. Okay, so whatever is there in the variable, you can write as it is in the label. Label is free. It means that it is free from all the rules. You can put spaces, you can put any special characters, whatever you want, you can put in label. It can be longer also, but it is always suggested it to be a shorter. Now, what is the use of this label and why it is being given over here? For example, I just want to, you can say, for example, I'm seeing the frequency. Okay, so if frequency is one thing, which is one of my variable, so what I will write frequency over there, and I can write frequency of birds, for example, birds coming to India. So frequency of, I will write over here. So frequency, you can say space of space birds, you can write. So this particular label if I'm preparing a graph of the frequency of the birds coming to India, so whatever is given in the label will be displayed over there. Okay, so it's not the variable name which is given, it is the label name which is given in the graphs. Okay, so that is the use of the label, you can say. And the label, what the label is, अभी अपन सोचे कोई मेरे ऊपर लेबल लगा दे, so how I am labeled, so it's like that. So label is the label which we want to, how we want to display that particular variable to the world, that is a label. अभी कॉपी के ऊपर लेबल लगाते हैं ना हम लोग, we just put label on our bags also, that okay, this bag belongs to me. So label, you can say it is a visiting card, how you want to display yourself towards the world, it is that label. So the same label, how you want your variable to be displayed or how you want your output to come, this label will decide. Next is value, very important. Now here, when we are, I have already told, when we are working with nominal values or categorical values, we use this values as such. So for example, the user may want to use the value labels to remind that when entering values to the gender respondents, the codes, these are the codes which we'll be using. So 1 is equal to male and 2 is equal to female. These are the two codes which we are using as such. So this will be displayed over here in the value. Okay, so what value does, the second use of the value label is with the grouping of the independent variable. Okay, so grouping is done, grouping of the independent variable when we do, then also we use the value labels. For example, I want to make sure that because I want to understand the difference between two groups, so I will label group 1 as GROUP group 1 and group 2 as such, and then I will just find the difference, because I just want to understand what is the impact of alcohol on the medicine which I have given. So those people who are consuming alcohol will be in one group, those who are not consuming alcohol will be in another group. So does the medicine of diabetes is equally effective in both? So my hypothesis will be there is no significant difference between the group 1 and group 2. Now I have to tell SPSS who is group 1 and who is group 2. So according to that, the SPSS will understand and do the needful whatsoever is required. Okay. So label can be inserted into SPSS output to remind about what this label, the values means. So value labels are entered using value columns of the variable view. So you can go on the values, you will find such type of box coming up. If you will click the values, this box will come up. So value labels can be of great help in interpreting the SPSS printout also, although there are no they are not essential, but it is recommended that these should be used whenever it is appropriate. Now, for example, it may not be possible to add the labels to each and every value. Suppose the value is continuous in nature. So, for example, my respondents are the students of my section of the class which I am teaching, and the data is in the form of suppose, for example, they have scored some marks in the quiz. Okay, so every person will be having some different type of marks, or you can say it's a marks out of 100. So what will happen? At least everyone may receive 1 to 100 marks. It will make no sense if I will put label over here, because the things which are to be given over here itself is it in numerical form. So 1 is equal to 1, 2 is equal to 2, it will be useless to give it like that. And in case of continuous data, we do not use value labels at all. In case of the data which is related to nominal and ordinal, we use these value labels. But yes, when we have to convert the continuous into the categorical, then again we use the values which I have already told you, that if we have to group a data, then we have to use these values. Now the thing is, I have just now told certain things which may not be, which everyone may not be aware of. Nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. I have just now used these words in my and last 10-15 minutes. So these things are something which are to be explained in the another part of the presentation, but this is very equally important. I will get back to you on this today itself. So these are the ways of putting the values. Suppose for example, in this particular you can say the interface which we have opened, if you write 1 over here and write male over here, okay, and then press add, and 2 over here and female over here, and then again press add and OK, you will get. That's what is given over here also. If you see, so writing 1, so see here 1.00. Why? Because the decimal has been set to 2. That's why it is 1.00 coming over. So if you write 1, just do it with me. Just write 1 over here, write male over here and press add. It will go over here. Do it and please endorse if you have done it. Come on. Is it working? Dr. Saurabh, I hope I am audible now.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay.
Yes, you are audible. Very well audible.
Thank you, sir, because if I keep on speaking, nobody will be, I will not be able to understand whether it is so or not. I hope this is clear to everyone now. Are you doing it along with me, please?
Yes, sir.
Fine, done. So it's working like this.
Yes, sir.
That's great. So let's come to the missing values. So sometimes this missing values is sometimes a big problem. So sometimes a complete set of data is not found by the researcher and some values are missing. For example, some participants might decline. For example, our ladies, they do not disclose their age. So they may leave the column of age blank. To hell with the researcher, whosoever it is. I am always 16. Okay, so I will put either 16 or will not never reveal my age at all. So this is how our Indian ladies and even the ladies of the world are, and they are so sophisticated, and even we sometimes hesitate to ask their age. Why to embarrass anyone? Okay, so sometimes, but at the same time, this may be some of a lot of importance. Why? Because sometimes we are analyzing that with age does the maturity comes. So this is my research question. So I have to have this data of age at that time. At that time, what I have to do? Something is missing. People have not written it. What is the option with me? Can I write it by my own? Okay, I assume everyone is 16. Okay, so I write 16. Will my data structure will be good, or will it give me a good results? That is a big question. Okay, so how will you deal with it? So missing values are something. These days we are collecting data using Google Forms. So we have an option, make it compulsory. A person is not at all filling, his form will not be submitted and he will be out of my data at all. Okay, but that is not a solution. Why it is not a solution? Because yesterday also, if you have listened very carefully, TK Jain sir was telling us that we have to collect the samples randomly. Okay, and this is not the way, okay, I visited a mall, I just stood over there and I conveniently collected a random sampling. This will not work at all. So this is not a random sample method. It is not a method of collecting random sample at all. So what random sampling is and how the random sampling is done, that is totally a different issue. But whosoever, first of all, you must have the list of the population of whom random sample you are going to collect. And then you have to just apply the random numbers on them, and then you have to mark them 1, 2, 3, 4, or you just go with the lottery system, and then you pick out such some people whom you can say these are randomly being selected. They will come as a cases in your sample, and then you will be able to do your analysis. So random sampling is something totally different, and it is not at all, every Tom, Dick and Harry will come in your random sample. This is not at all acceptable, any analysis given, any analysis done on a wrong sampling is totally a wrong one. Okay, it will never reveal, it will never give you good results. So when you are applying certain things using random sampling, these missing values plays a very important role. At that time, if you are using Google Forms, this can be one thing that may be avoided, or otherwise you have to convince your respondent that you have to give me data correctly and properly. Then only the person whom you have chosen in your random sampling will be able to give you a proper results. Okay, so this is sometimes becomes a problem. Okay, so how to address this? If we are collecting large sample, large sample. Why? Okay, why we collect random sample? The random sample is collected because the randomization of collection of sample gives a normality. It will be a replica of the population. So when we are trying to infer any population, and we do not, and who will go to just go with the entire population itself and ask each and everything, or can you, had this been possible, that you would have been able to analyze the entire population, you take a bet, this statistics would never have arisen. Would never have arisen. Why? What is statistics actually? Statistics, we are actually applying certain things on the sample and we are inferring the population. Population is there and sample we have taken out of the population. So with the help of this sample, I'm able to infer, I'm able to actually describe my population, then only that sample will be a correct sample, and then only the proper statistics will be applied, and that is the main function what statistics does. Okay, so anyways, so if the sample is large enough, so when the sample started becoming large, actually the normality starts coming up. Okay, so it's not always important to just or you can say, if you are not able to take the you can say the list of the population, you will not be able to apply random sample. No problem, you can go for non-probabilistic sampling also, but you have to justify and you have to verify that your sample actually resembles the population by doing the normality test. Okay, anyways, so is this okay with are you okay with me, everyone? Hope this explanation makes sense.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, so let's not proceed further with this.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So whenever we are going with missing values, what we have to do, we have to code it accordingly. If people, those who are reluctant of giving certain things, and if you find some values missing, you have to categorize it as a missing value. And SPSS is having you can say a facility that your cases will be analyzed list-wise or case-wise. So that will actually remove all those cases who have missing values totally from the analysis, or only those things which are missing, and the remaining information which has been collected by the respondent will be of use. So SPSS is having that feature, and we will be studying that feature itself. So I'm not taking this. So here, if you go over here, and if you click this button, or you can if you click this box in missing, you will find one interface like this. It shows no missing values, discrete missing values, or if you have coded that 9, 10, and 11, if somebody if somebody has missed, we will just put 9, 10, or 11. It will be called as a missing value. Even you can have a range of missing values. For example, my correct options are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, I am just doing an analysis where 1 means least agreed, and 5 means highly agreed. And somebody has not answered that question. So what I will do, I will put 6 and I will just put it as a and the person has not answered me. Okay. Most important thing is, if you are going for a non-probabilistic sampling, just switch on the button of the compulsory in your Google Forms. So you will get the full data. That is the most important and most easiest way. So we will be studying, Dr. Saurabh is with us. So we will be studying how to prepare the Google Forms from him in the coming Saturday and Sunday. And there will be an exercise for all of you to collect some data, okay, during maybe during Saturdays and Sundays, and you will be having your own data set prepared, and then after the completion of this class, you can use that data set in order to do your research further. Okay, so this is the method of doing the missing values. So there are how to interpret. So discrete missing values can be done in the way I have already told you. There are the ranges also which can be done regarding the missing values for the unanswered questions. So column format and column alignment, these are all cosmetic things. So where the column will, how much column you need, how much width you need, right alignment, left alignment. We have already done a lot of this during our what you can say is in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Next is measure. So here I'm introducing the nominal, ordinal, and scale. So I have just now told at that time that we will be discussing it over here. So there are you can say 4 types. Any variables or any data in the world, any numerical data in the world can only be of 4 types: nominal, ordinal, interval, and duration. There is no other type of data, numerical data I'm talking. Okay, so otherwise data is huge. Yesterday our dean sir was also discussing that data itself has changed its form. If we just think something data in our mind, we will be able to interpret the data. That what is data? Data is something in the form of a table. There will be some numbers, some horizontal and vertical things, and some cross tabulation, and some data will be there, and we'll be able to analyze that. No, a big no. Data itself has changed. Big data has come up, and it is easy to analyze the postures, gestures, photographs, videos, audios of the data which are available in us in a big area. That's why it is called big data, because the volume is there, huge volumes of, because these all things cannot be captured as such. So you need a huge volumes of it. Further, in order to analyze it, you need something more. Okay, so likewise it happens. So I think because of this technical glitch, some time got wasted. So it will be better that if I continue this in the tomorrow's workshop. So tomorrow we will start a bit earlier, right? So we will start maybe at 3:20 or so that we will be able to understand what are these nominal, ordinal, interval. Because understanding over here, the basics over here is to be cleared, and this is of utmost importance. So I will stop over here, and will give you a break, and definitely we will be taking the things tomorrow and onwards. So any question, I will just take only one question because time is running. Yeah, anything, anyone, or if you can give me a feedback that yes, you are able to understand, write something in the chat box, we'll be able to appreciate that. Yeah, Mr. Raju, you want to say something?
Only the thing is, can you share this PPT, sir?
Okay. Why you want PPT, sir?
No, in order to, get a quick recap at a later stage if we need it.
Okay. We'll think of it. But meanwhile, what we are doing is that we will be sharing the videos for sure.
That would be absolutely fine, sir. No issues.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you,
Anyone
sir.
else? Anything else? Okay, let me tell you one thing. The background which you are seeing is my university, Manipal University, Jaipur. The most beautiful university, at least I say it's the most beautiful in India. But yeah, but you can say that's at least it is most beautiful in North India. Okay, so that is what it is, and we'll be rejoining tomorrow and onwards. And thank you all of you, and you'll soon be getting questions for doing the quiz. And I hope you have learned today a little bit about SPSS. Tomorrow we will be doing something hands-on. You have to use. So whatever I have suggested one thing, that if you use 2 screens, it will be much better. Yes, sir. You want to say something?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Chandraprakash ji, anything else?
Thank you for your.
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, sir. At the end, at this outset, I would like to thank our
Thank you so much.
conveners, Professor T.K. Jain, sir, and
Thank
Dr.
you,
Saurabh, who
sir.
have actually arranged this thing in our lab also, and which I think there are some hands-on going on in the lab too. Khagendra ji, namaskar. You got the time finally to just attend this particular workshop. Great about it. Okay, fine then. See you tomorrow, everyone.
Thank you,
Take care.
Okay, sir.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
sir.
Have a good
Sir,
time.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.